All right, yo, what is good, people? I go by the name of Beezy, and welcome back to the channel, man. If you guys have not seen the first episode of Wakanda Tactics, make sure you pause the video right now and go and watch that, man. That features myself and Fist. Go and watch it, man. It's a good watch. Like I said, it's the first episode. But today we're here for episode 2, man. And today I have two guests with me, man. Your boy Fist is back. So massive shout out to Fist. And then we've got one of my other boys who is also one of me and Fist's alliance mates. We have our boy Tobster, man. Tobster, Fist, welcome, man. How you guys doing?
You didn't even. Tobster's just an alliance mate. He's not even a friend or a mate or nothing. Like, he's just one of my alliance mates.
Nah. I couldn't really. Yeah. I feel like our friendship kind of went down a little bit. It went into the negative when I had to smoke him on FIFA that time. So I feel like outside of MCOC, we're kind of on our minus a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, calm. Because I ain't played you in time, so I don't know what you're talking about. That was last FIFA.
What are you saying? What are you saying? You're a bit. Are you saying you're better now?
Yeah.
I haven't played in time, so if you want, I can jump on and we can have a game. We can jump on. We can jump on. And we can have a game, and I can put the results in at the end of this pod.
Yeah. Bet.
It's calm. Let me warm up my 17 of the years, bro. So get this thing. Let's go! But yeah.
Like, oh, no.
Yeah. You know, when we finish the pod and we jump on the Xbox, Thompson's gonna do up that Discord. I Beezy, something's come up, man. Yeah, man's got to go check my mom quick, man. Yeah, cool. Next time, innit? Cool. By the way, listen, chat, if you guys hear me saying cool. This is where I get it from.
This is coming. Yeah,
this is where I get it from. I don't want to take credit for someone else's stuff. Tobster is where I get it from. Yeah, Tobster's the original Mr. Cool. So when you lot see, man, with like the cool clothing with the t-shirts and that, it's inspired by Tobster still. I don't know if we can discuss profits and margins and that. It might be a bit.
We can do that after the game.
We might have to sort that out later still. But yeah, Tobster, man, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm good. Nice to be on the channel once again. I think it's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been long form content I think that you did was the last time I was on here. So
what was it? My Abyss? No, it wasn't Abyss.
Yeah, it might have been.
Might
have been that.
It was. Yeah. It was the Abyss. Yeah. Oh my lord. Was that the one where they brought? Jeez. Was that the one when there was Bear Man in here?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's been a very long time then. It's been a very long time, man. So speaking of long time, let everyone know, how long have you actually been playing MCOC for?
That's a good question. I was thinking about this earlier.
Oh,
so I think. Yeah, because I watched obviously the episode that you and Fist did. I think I started probably a couple of months before the 12.0 nerf.
Okay.
Because I remember how much of a deal, how big of a deal that was back then.
Yeah.
And I think about a week before the nerf, I just pulled Scarlet Witch, so I was gassed. Obviously.
Oh no!
And then like a week later, that whole thing came along, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, but do you know what though? Do you feel like that's not so much of a bad thing, because where you had just started playing, so you said you kind of just started playing a bit before that, right?
Yeah, a couple of months, maybe 2-3 months, something like that.
So where you had just started playing, you hadn't, obviously, like you said, you just pulled Scarlet Witch like a week or so before they nerfed it. So you hadn't actually got to experience like using it and like obviously doing the perfect block or whatnot. So in a sense, from your perspective, do you find that was like easier to overlook because it's not something that you had been so reliant on, as opposed to someone who had put resources and stuff into these champions that made this thing possible and was so reliant on it that like they didn't know how to play without blocking?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, it was more, I'd seen all these videos of like, oh, Scarlet Witch can do this, Doctor Strange can do this, and like you see all these videos about like these champions, and you finally pull the champion, and you're like, you know what, this is sick. I'm gonna be able to do this. So it was more from that point of view that I was like devastated about the nerf, obviously.
No, 100%.
But in terms of what you said, yeah, I obviously didn't really get to experience too much of what it was like to actually use some of those.
Oh, you're cutting out there a little bit. You still with us?
I guess is the best way to put it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the last bit of what you said there.
Oh, I was just saying that it wasn't as bad of a transition as I obviously didn't really get to use as many of those champions, and whatnot. So
Well, did you not have any of those champs that were mega nerfed, like as 3-stars to like help you with early story content or anything?
not that I remember. I think OG Cap was the only one that I sort of used for a while, if I remember correctly. I'm now trying to remember.
It went for OG Cap. It weren't the same, man. It was
yeah.
You know why? Because I remember when we had to do like mini boss fights in AQ, bro, and these times it was like Unstoppable Colossus, and bro, like that trio of like Cyclops and Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, brother. I'm not gonna. I thought I was the best. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I thought I was the best. I was like, what? You know, especially like to the like newer players where like they're not really aware of like, you know, go there because not everybody goes on YouTube, especially back then. Not everybody was going on YouTube. So like, you know, when like people are like, "Raw, how did you get that?" And you're like, bro, man's just sick in it. Like, man's just cold, bro. What are you talking about? Like, bro, like, get me? You just posted up, like, doing up your AQ score, like, you know, it was like, I what, like, cutting out the part where you like, where it shows the team, like, you're just doing up, yeah, man, quick 13 mil, what, man? Yeah, what are you saying? Carrying hard, bro. Yeah, like, and then, boy, the true light got shown on the situation when the nerf came out. And you know when people are like, "Hey, post up AQ scores in it." Like, what's everyone's like, boy? I said, "Hey, nah. I can't take screenshots still." Yeah, the phone's a bit. The phone's even a bit mad. Phone's even a bit mad still. But so listen. In saying that, like, so I don't. Obviously, being someone that knows you, and obviously we talk so much about MCOC and stuff like that, I don't think I actually know what your favorite champion is.
Oh, it's a difficult one.
Like, how many champs is it between?
I'm gonna say 3 champions that it's between.
Okay.
There's kind of a fourth in there. I really, really, really like Aegon. But I think obviously now he is more just catered towards long form content. I know he's, you know, that's his best use, but I think back in the day, when I think it was before we got 6 stars as mainstream, you could take a 5-star Aegon into like act content.
Okay,
and just destroy everything.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I'm not going to include him, but I think apart from that, I would go with Hyperion, Titania, and the other one's blank. Scarlet Witch.
I was hoping that man was gonna be. I was hoping I was gonna hear Lady Tickums in there. You know, I was hoping I was gonna. All right, so between Hyperion, Titania, and OG Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now you need to take them into a quest. It's a very simple fight. There's no tricky nodes or whatnot. You can only bring one of them. Which one you bring? They're all SIG 200.
Hyperion, easily.
Swear down.
Yeah, 100%.
Swear down. So what? That does that change if the opponent's stunning you?
Slightly. I think stun immune. I'd probably go with Titania.
You know what? I was about to rate you because I thought if this guy says no, that means he's a bad boy Hyperion player because that means he don't have parry. That means this brother's not doing up the parry heavy. I was like, yeah, this guy's cold. The moment I was like, slightly, I was like, yeah. He's on what I want. You know what I'm saying, Fizz? He's like, yeah. He don't want a headache, bro. Man don't want to do it up like time in the heavy and that, trying to time it right. Then the AI just moves back and you're just swinging in the air. Yeah. No. That's low.
I think it would just depend on like what fights it's against though, because like some champs, it's like pretty easy to like judge the distance of like if you like dash back and like
100%.
charge a heavy, ready to intercept with the heavy.
100%. Bro.
Right, so it would depend on who the defender is.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I've had the maddest experience. Lord knows I'm so grateful that I don't stream all the time, bro. Because the experiences that I've had where I've mistimed Hyperion's heavy to punish, man, when it's a stunner mute. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
You think that people get at me now for the way I fight, bro. Oh my word. Listen. Man could start up at MCOC You Been Framed, bro, and just like submit my own clips and just like have the show popping, bro. I'm telling you, like it's bro, it'd be insane. But so really and truly, I mean, I know it's probably close, but really what I'm taking from what you said is this hype. Like all day long.
Yeah, I'd have to go hype. I'd have to go hype. If I really, really had to choose one.
I actually like that because I feel like Hyperion, in my opinion, is a little bit of a forgotten champion. I feel like I feel like there's a lot of people that, and don't get me wrong, the Cosmic class has some like really good champs in it. But I feel like it's because there's so many champions in the game right now, bro. It's so easy to forget like about the ones that are still great. I'm not even gonna say good, like, because Hyperion is like, you know, on top of like all the damage and the things that he can do, like he's also poison immune, which I think
absolutely,
which I didn't realize, or you just kind of forgotten about until I went to go in with AQ the other day. And I always like to bring a champion where I'm like, let me just bring someone poison immune. I noticed, bro, outside of me and you, I noticed people don't really like to go on the poison lane, bro. I know,
bro, yeah,
bro. Bare times when I look at AQ and I'm like, who's on the poison lane? Bro, if it's not me starting it and I look at who's already on there, so it's only me and you, bro. Like, bro, I don't know why everyone's acting like they ain't got poison immune champs in their roster, bro. I don't know.
It's not just you two. There are one or two others that like do sometimes bring poison immune champs. They just don't take those poison immune paths.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That man are shook. I don't want to say names. I don't want to say names. I'm just saying, like, anyone in the battle group, if you're watching this, I don't know why you're so scared of it. Like, bro, all you have to do, bring someone. If you gain buffs, I think the opponent gains a bit more power. That's it. It's calm, bro. Do you know what? Actually, before we move on to the next point, do you know what? I've actually used Shang-Chi on the poison path, and I start off with obviously the Purify and
Purify, yeah.
Bro, it's amazing. It's actually amazing, bro. Like, well, when I'm playing properly, because the Lord knows it has gone wrong once or twice, but it's amazing. Works a charm, and I kind of thought, oh, this is sick because my Shang-Chi's rank 3, so I was like, bro, this is amazing for me. Do you know what I mean? But all right, cool. I like that. I like the Hyperion. I'm a fan of that. I was very surprised. I'm not gonna lie. Titania, I thought was going to be in there, but I wasn't expecting hype. To be fair, it just goes to show.
Man.
I need to spend some more time talking to you because it means I don't really know you. Which is a bad thing, to be fair.
He's my day one, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think before I got hurt, man, I brought Hyperion into every single quest I would go into.
No, I rate
one of those jabs.
Do you have him as a 7-star?
No, I don't, unfortunately. But he is my number 1 on the list.
So I've got a 1-up on you. I might take mine to rank 2 just because you don't have him yet. I'm not gonna lie. Just because you don't have him, I might take him to rank 2 still. That's
not gonna give you a rank 3 Titania though.
Alright, cool. Moving on. Let's move on to the cool. That was it, yeah. Cool. Say less. Alright, so Tobbs, obviously you've been playing the game for a few years now. What's your worst experience that you've had in the game?
You know, immediately what springs to mind is that Luke Cage in Abyss. I don't know if you remember.
Can I just say something? I have specifically the next question that I put on the list to ask you. I put that question in there specifically so we can talk. In fact, I put 2 questions on my list of questions So just in case you bobbed and weaved your way out of the first question, to come back around and lick you with the second question to touch base on that, and you're gonna know straight away when I ask you the questions, you're gonna be like, yeah, you would have got me, and the answer's probably still gonna be Luke Cage. Talk about. So talk about, first of all, let the viewers know which Luke Cage fight you're talking about, and then talk us through why that was the worst experience.
So that's the Luke Cage fight in Abyss. Okay. I can't remember exactly what path it was. I don't know exactly what it was, but that fight specifically, I think probably to this day has cost me still the most revives of any singular fight in the game. Bro, that fight killed me. That was not the fight, bro.
Bro, I just remember checking. I can't remember if we were using Discord at the time. It might have been Line, to be fair. And I just remember opening up the app and hearing like, Tobster stressed, I said, why? What's going on? Then I just remember seeing Luke Cage. I said, what? I was like, hang on. What do you mean Tobster died to Luke? I said, what? How many revives? Madam said, I don't know. and you know, for a man to say he don't know how much revives he used on a fight, bro. It's a black hole. It's a black, like, bro. That for you to say, bro, I don't even know, and not even be able to estimate it, bro. That's peak.
I could not give an estimation, man. I remember that I saved up, obviously, a bunch of units just to use on that path for Abyss. And I think over half my units were just on that one fight. It was, it was crazy.
Mad. That's mad. So I haven't actually, I haven't 100% Abyss. So at the end of the day, I can't talk from a perspective of like how easy or difficult the fight is. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't really know much about the fight, but as your boy, I took great pleasure knowing that there was a roadblock for you in the game. Like, but you've progressed, and you've gone on to shine, and like you've obviously still gone in and tackled end game content and come out the other end, and it hasn't scarred you. It didn't get you to a point where you're like, I'm done with this game. Like, you get me. So at the end of the day, like, you kind of live and you learn and you prevail, and obviously that's what you did, man. So well done to that, man. Some of them was, what did it cost you? Everything. It was. But okay, so my next question was gonna be, what's the worst fight you've experienced in the game? But obviously it ties in with what your worst experience in the game 100%. Was. So we've covered that. So you don't even have to. And before there's another question, and then I was gonna backtrack to like something that leads, but I'll ask the other question next. My other question to catch you out with that Luke Cage fight was gonna be, what's the most revives / units you've used on one fight? So we weren't gonna end the podcast today without you touching on the Luke Cage. I thought you was gonna try to escape it, but I rate you because you mentioned it first from the get go, man. So I'll give you that. So outside of the Luke Cage fight, what would you say? And Fist, you can answer this question too, because I don't think I asked you this. Like, what's the most revives or / units that you've used on one particular fight? Tobster, you go first.
Sorry, I think we lost you there, Beezy. Do you mind repeating?
Last piece that we heard was like, what would you say?
Yeah, so like outside of the Luke Cage experience, what's the most revives or units that you've used on one fight?
Ooh. Just to answer your question, I've been having to think. I think probably either that Ultron, where Loki was the best counter. I don't know if you guys remember that. Was that
end of Act 5?
End of Act 5. Yeah, either that or the Grandmaster in Act 6. Between those two fights, those were the first time round. Those were a pain for sure.
Swear. Fist, what was yours?
Which fight in the whole game that I used the most revives on?
The most revives or the most units on?
I'm not. It may well be that same Act 6 Grandmaster that Tobster just said.
Swear down, I never.
Maybe I could. Like, it's been a long time since I've done that fight, so
Okay. See,
I'm not entirely sure.
I think mine's is a cross between that Winter War Absman and the third when I done my Abyss run and I fought that Iron Man Infinity War, bro. Oh man, I wanted to end the stream, bro. I wanted to lock the stream off, bro, because these times as well, I knew that I Like Skills was watching, and I'm like, bro, this is on the internet forever, bro. And this, the man them are going to grow me. Cause I thought in my head, I'm just like, bro, one day I'm not gonna have a problem fighting this champion. I'm gonna look back at this and be like, Beezy, bro, what was you doing here, bro?
100%.
Man just swiping with his eyes closed at this point. You know what it was? So let's like, brother, like, yeah, man. So yeah, like, but yeah, like that Absman fight was crazy. But Grandmaster's interesting. I don't think I mean, Grandmaster was a bit of a pain, but I certainly don't think it cost me more than like 10 revives. And at that Absman, I was deep, brother. I was deep. I didn't even complete it. I didn't even finish the fight. I was deep, bro. I had like 60 revives and then units. Yeah. When I went to use the next revive and I saw it in the 20 bracket, I said, no, I'm done. I said, I'm done.
Yeah, that fight was crazy.
I said, brother, this much revives, and he's still alive. I said, no. And he's got more health than he had when I went back into the fight. No. I said, no, I'm done. I hit that eject button so fast, boy. But yeah, all right, cool. So tell me, like, in your experience of playing MCOC, what's been your most proud moment of the game? Like, what have you achieved that's made you feel like, I'm so happy that I've done this?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, going back to that Grandmaster question, probably that was probably one of the big things. I think probably between, at the time when I finished that Grandmaster fight, and probably actually just exploring Necropolis, to be honest. Because I had no plans of doing that whatsoever, but got there eventually, and
so
that's done now.
Talk me through the process. How does that work? Because obviously, like, you had no intentions whatsoever to complete it. To explore it.
Yeah.
And you obviously done a completion run quite quickly. So if your intention was to never go in there and do an exploration, what triggered you to be like, you know what, I'm going back in?
Well, first of all, I'm actually going to give some credit to Fists here, because I remember at the time I wasn't playing MCOC as much, and I was just sort of doing alliance stuff, logging out, alliance stuff, and logging out. And I think it was Fist that told me about the extra rewards that we got in January. I can't remember what it was called now.
Oh, yes.
Road to the Crypt. Thank you. Those rewards that you got for first completion of Necropolis. And I had been saving all of my units for gifting and, all the stuff at the end of the year. And when Fist told me about that, I was like, oh, I've got to get my first run done at least.
100%.
And I remember I did my first path and I was like, yo, that was really fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually genuinely enjoyed the experience.
Yeah.
And I think obviously it goes back to, as I was saying, Aegon being one of my favorite champions. And there's not too much content where you can really, really use him to his full ability.
Yep.
So obviously when Necropolis came out, that was like the first piece of content in a very long time that I was like, yo, this is sick. I can use my Aegon as much as I can. And so I think combined with that and the fact that I was actually enjoying it, I was like, let's just see how Path 2 goes.
Yeah.
And I did Path 2 and Path 2 was fine. And I was like, look, I've got all these revives, I've got these units, I might as well just try and smash through it. And that's kind of the process that happened that led to me doing Necropolis at the end of the day.
Oh, well done. Well done for getting it done. Well done for doing the exploration. One question based on the Necropolis: what did you find the easiest path was?
So it depends which map you look at, but it
Okay.
was path 4 or 6. I know it's slightly different on
Okay.
some maps as well, but I could point it out if I saw it.
Okay. So the map, the path 2. I'm not sure what map it refers to, but you know where everybody says, "Oh, like Shuri, bring in Shuri for that path. That will be
Yeah.
amazing." How difficult was that path?
Well, I was fortunate enough to have rank 2 Shuri anyway. So it
Same.
wasn't as
Cool.
yeah.
Same.
So it wasn't too bad, but I also just ended up using Aegon for quite a few fights as well. So
Yeah,
it was
to
just
be
kinda,
fair, for them kind of fights, like once you got Aegon up, it's extremely difficult to
yeah,
use someone else.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
because
absolutely.
you're just so in the zone with what you're doing with Aegon that it's so difficult to be like, all right, let me deter from you're trying to lick up man in this block, then it's not the block hits are not connecting, and you're like, what's going on?
100%,
And do you know what I
100%.
mean? So I totally get it, man. I totally get it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so moving on swiftly, like obviously you touched on the fact that obviously prior to obviously Fist mentioning this to you, you was kind of just doing AQ stuff, and then obviously like logging out, then jumping back AQ, and trying to kind of doing the bare minimum really,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you need to do on a day-to-day basis in the game, and then obviously you jumped in and done content. At this point in the game, how active you are talk me through like your activity levels like on a day-to-day basis. Like is it a case of like do you jump in, just do your AQ, maybe do the odd path or whatnot? Like are you busier on the game more towards like the beginning of a new event quest month, or like like what's your activity level like for playing MCOC?
So at the moment, I think I'm in that sort of phase that I was speaking about just before, where I'm kind of just doing AQ and Alliance War at the moment. Obviously, there's quite a lot that's going on in the game, so I've been doing the Winter of Woe stuff when they come out every
Okay.
2 weeks,
Okay.
as well as that arena that's been going on every day. But apart from that, it is mostly just sort of AQ and Alliance War as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we can kind of tell because the AQ levels have been a bit low from you. I like this. Hey, I see you get tag up in the AQ. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
No comment. No comment.
Yo, speaking of activity, like, well, obviously it just goes to show you said you was doing arena because of obviously what's going on in the game at the moment. I'm assuming that outside of that, arena's a no-no.
Yeah, arena is now a no-no. I used to be quite big into arena,
Okay.
but now I can't focus for, not even that it requires focus, but just the thought of doing arena at the moment. Cough, cough, kabam. Just some sort of buff to arena to make it more fun. Yeah, I can't sit through it at the moment.
So what are you saying? What are you saying? You doing up the like obviously now that you're not really doing arena, what are you saying? You're just doing up the whalings. You're doing up the
Not really,
whaling.
actually.
You're not doing the
Not.
spendings.
If I had the money, bro, I would do the whalings.
So how'd you get your units?
Don't worry about it. No.
What are you saying? We can't disclose that on the pod, yeah?
No. But on a real note, I think obviously a lot of the Act content that comes out now. So obviously Act 7 at the time last year and the start of Act 8 as well. I think because back in the day we used to get Act content really, really frequently.
Yeah.
But now it's I would say it's better Act content now, don't get me wrong.
The quality of it.
But it's much better quality.
Okay,
but it's now once every like 3-4 months kind of thing.
Okay.
And obviously Kabam only just brought in that sort of nerf, I guess you could call it, to sort of revives and how much you could accumulate.
Yeah.
So at the point that content was coming out, I was able to do pretty much all the content just using revives that I had sort of built up in my stash and whatnot.
So not so much.
All the units that I'd got throughout the year doing event quests and doing all the different events and whatnot, those were kind of what I was using towards like gifting and then Acropolis runs and whatnot and all that.
Right, so you was like quite a big like gifter in the gifting event.
I don't think I went too hard this year, just because the rewards, just because I'd done Necropolis and got Valiant. I wasn't too big on the gifting event this year,
Yeah,
but I did get all the milestones, I think.
because it's mad like that. You mentioned that because obviously gifting over the years have changed, but I don't think I
Yeah.
remember receiving a gift from you still.
Nah, me either. You know.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
Nah,
just trying to think like who did your gifts go to? I mean, one name springs to mind. I mean, I'm not gonna say no names, but I can imagine that a certain individual probably got quite a lot of gifts, but I
well,
don't think.
obviously this past gifting event we couldn't gift to anyone.
That's what I'm saying, but that's why I said over the years, because it hasn't always been like that. So, like, I'm just trying to gauge where all your gifts went, because none came over in this direction.
I don't know. This sounds like a little bit of selective memory. You know, I'm not sure about that one, Beezy.
Oh my days! Well, speaking of that, obviously, I say like obviously you've always participated in the game or whatnot, but obviously you have had times within the game where you have had a break.
Yeah.
And you've obviously gone and not played MCOC at all.
Yeah.
It's not like you took a break and was playing casually. Like you've taken a complete break and stopped playing. What's the longest period of time you've completely stopped playing MCOC for?
Probably about 6 weeks to 2 months. It's not been very long at all.
Okay, so between a month and a half to 2 months, and
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and with saying that, how necessary do you think it is to take breaks from the game, and obviously then like step away for a few weeks or whatnot and come back? Like, what did that do for you? I don't know whether you took a break because of personal reasons or if you took a break because it just felt because of the actual game within itself. Like, but how did you feel based on at the time taking a break away from the game and then compared to how you felt coming back into the game?
I mean, well, I think it obviously depends on the individual person.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was more of a case of we weren't getting too much content. I think it was, in a moment where we were in a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't really necessarily enjoying the game whenever I logged on.
Yeah.
And I kind of just thought to myself, if I'm not enjoying this and I'm doing this in my spare time, I don't really see the point in like pushing myself to, log on for AQ, log on for war,
Yeah.
do all these things.
Yeah.
So I think for me that was kind of the reason that I would stop playing temporarily.
Okay.
And then obviously what would pull me back is, I've got a few friends that sort of play the game, and hearing them talk about content that's coming or hearing about content that's coming. For example, the Eternity of Pain that happened last year, that was what pulled me back into the game, because I was like, oh, this is quite difficult content that looks really, really skill intensive, that would actually be good fun. So it's just it's dependent on really what's going on in the game for me.
Do you know that's a bit bad, because I thought that the reason why you came back to the game was because of a couple of individuals that like persuaded you to come back. I didn't realize it was content.
Nah. So I came back to the Alliance because of a couple individuals, but I was playing the game. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So with that being said, my next question now is: when you do have a break and you come back, I mean, like yourself, some people have breaks for longer than what you experience. Some people have breaks for a shorter period of time. Having a 6 to 8 week break, how much? Because there's obviously people out there that feel like, oh, I want a break, but some people are scared. Some people are like, if I take a break, I'll fall too far behind. It's going to be difficult to catch up. Like, how difficult was it, or how far behind did you feel when you took a break and then you came back to the game? Because I remember seeing your account rating was low, brother. Like low. Like man couldn't limbo under the bar, under how low the bar was, bro. You get me? I remember. So like obviously, how difficult did you find it to get back into the game and almost kind of play catch up, or did you not really feel like you was that far behind?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I think naturally I'm quite competitive as well.
Okay.
So I think the last break I took as well is when Battlegrounds was just being introduced
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
everyone was speaking about it as well. And I might have got my timelines wrong, but I think Eternity of Pain was going on at the same time.
Okay, yep, yep.
So I did feel like I'd missed out quite a bit because I came back and I was like, there's this whole new game mode that's like PvP
Yeah.
almost.
I was like,
Um,
what is this?
yeah, I came back and just completely new game almost.
Yeah.
So I think at that point I was like, I've got a lot of catching up to do.
100%,
Um,
yeah.
but I think also when you sort of, or well, I found that when I sort of take a break and I come back, that I just get that extra motivation to
100%.
do pieces of content in the game. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'm gonna smash this out today, gonna
Yeah.
get this done tomorrow, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then within no time, you kind of feel caught up with the content, and then you can start to build your roster back up to like rank fives and getting 7 stars and whatnot again. So
Brother, do you know what? Do you know what? I just realized something. I just realized that
yeah,
you said earlier you're valiant.
yeah, bro.
That means you surpass me right now.
Yeah, of course.
Bro, I'm fuming, bro. You know when I was, brother. You know when I'm sitting here, like, and it just hit me while you was talking just now, like, oh, coming back to the game, and in my head I was like, oh yeah, you smashed it, man. You came back in a good way. You came back with fire. You've completed content, and then I just remember your voice saying, yeah, completed Necropolis, and I was like, hold on a minute, that means. Then I was like, hold on, yeah, my man said earlier he's valid. Then I'm like, hold on. I'm still pagan. I'm like, brother, no, what? Bro, I'm sitting here fuming, bro. Oh my, brother, I don't even want to ask you no more questions. I mean, like that. Oh my.
Thanks everyone for coming to the
podcast. Oh my days. Okay, well, you mentioned earlier, obviously, them doing stuff to make arena fun and whatnot. Speaking of fun, obviously we've now got raids.
Oh yeah.
Which I believe did you play in the beta? Did you play when it was like before it was officially a thing?
No, so I only played the first time round when we did it last month.
So for us, we're about to experience the second type, What's your thoughts?
I absolutely loved raids.
Crazy.
If Kabam could replace AQ with raids, I would be over the moon, but I know that's probably not really practical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think raids are a sick game mode. Like I just love sort of having that time where you can, just be like these two other people that I'm doing the raid with, if we can get like 20 minutes, half an hour where we're all just sort of going in one after each other, and just trying to get as much down as we can. I think it's such a sick concept.
Who are your teammates? Sorry.
So last time I did it with KJ and Zero Cool in our alliance.
Oh yeah. You man are It's like 2.5 for you then still. I'll just put it out there, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, who's last?
I wasn't even gonna say it. I don't.
I'm not trying to go into the details. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just saying, man, because I remember being in the Discord with Fizz, and like one time we was looking, bro, and I swear when it that man that was taking. Oh, but no way, it might have been Fizz's lot actually. Who was last to complete their lane?
It was my group that was last to complete the lane. It was mad because I'd said to you how like you guys, your group was like the last to get started. You took forever to get started, and like we completed our first fight before anyone else.
Yeah.
But then we ended up finishing the whole path last.
Yeah. I remember being shout out to Implication and Corora. I remember when we were talking, it was like, hey man, we can't even, bro, we need to catch up, Man, just all cleared out one to 1.5 hours of our evening, just committed, bro. Flooded up the AQ chat, just flooded up the chat, bro. Just like I remember Fist saying to me at one point, bro, we don't even use that chat for comms, I was like, boy. I was like, boy, we're locked in, bro. We're in the zone right now, cuz. But nah,
it's like that chat's dedicated to like your group of 3, and that's it.
Yeah, 100%. We're gonna rename it still. But like, so one thing I want to touch on, because I heard you briefly mention it earlier, arena's a bit dead, they need to spice it up and whatnot. What are your thoughts, and this is a question for both of you, what are you lot's thoughts about, because really the only real thing that like people really kind of do arena for is battle chips. What's your thoughts on battle chips being able to acquire battle chips from battlegrounds?
I mean, it's a bit more difficult for me to answer that because I do a lot of arena, so it's like battle chips like generally aren't something I have an issue with getting in it.
But what I'm saying is, imagine if Kabam said, "All right, boom, we're now gonna enable battle chips to be available from every time you play a battlegrounds match." Would you still play arena as much as you do, or would all your efforts just go into battlegrounds?
I'd still do arena. Like you can still get like a lot of like you can still get like a decent amount of units. If you're still getting battle chips from arena as well, then it's just going to increase that. Then you can get extra units from like all your arena crystals.
Yeah. I respect. I respect it.
It just makes sense.
I respect it still. Toms, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I think, I mean, it's a case for me that, you know, it would be going from one piece of content which I don't really pay much attention to battlegrounds, which I do pay a little bit more attention to, obviously, because as an alliance we have like a set minimum anyway. So I mean, I would love to see a change like that. I don't think it's something Kabam would do personally.
I mean, it would make sense though, I lie. You've got a mode called Battlegrounds and you've got a currency called Battle Chips. But you can't get the currency Battle Chips from the Battleground. It would make total sense, let's be honest.
100%.
Like, if I was a new player, if I came into the game and a man said to me, "Oh, have you got any Battle Chips? You need to go and get that." The first thing I'm doing is like, hold on, where are battlegrounds? I must be able to go and do there because I'm gonna go there, play a couple matches, get smacked up, and then get vexed that I don't see no battle chips. And the man's gonna tell me, "Oh no, you have to go arena." Then I'm gonna go to this arena game mode where the experience is so different and be like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not, man can't grind this still. man's not on that still. Man's not on that. So, all right, cool. So, is there a champion that you're looking forward to seeing being added to the game?
Ooh.
Like, it could be someone in a series that you've watched, like a character that you just know from a comic that you haven't seen in the game yet, or someone that you've seen in the movie, or it could be a character that's already in game, but you've seen them in a movie and their abilities based on what you've seen isn't what like we have in game, so you would like to see a new version of them. It could be any of the above.
That's a really good question, actually. I think Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness would be a pretty good one.
Yes, that would be cool.
And I think Mystique is one that I've always wanted to have in the game as well.
Bro, so her animations would be crazy, bro.
Insane. I think that would probably be my number one champion if Kabam could add anyone to the game.
Yeah, Mystique would be crazy. Like I would actually love to. I'd actually love that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, cool. We got a little bit of a fun thing to do. I'm gonna call this Marvel Madness. Yeah, I'm sure you've probably seen it in other places around the internet. What we're gonna do here in the Marvel Madness segment, Tobbs, is I'm gonna read out. I got 5 champs. Okay, they're all Mystic. Okay. You gotta rank them in your top 5. Okay, so when I read out the first one, you gotta place that champion wherever. Okay. You know, you get the vibe. Yeah. And then at the end, we're gonna have your top 5 Mystics based on how you rank them. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, all right, the first one is gonna be Spider-Man Supreme.
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
Where does he fit in 1 to 5? Where would you put him? Remember, you don't know what other 4 champions are gonna be here. but they're all Mystic. That's the only clue I'm giving you, okay?
Mystic's a good class as well, so I think he is a really, really good champion.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with 4.
Okay, ooh, 4!
4. I'm
Okay!
hoping you haven't picked too many duds here.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's probably what I'd have gone with as well, to be honest.
Okay, 4. Okay. Magic.
Are we assuming that these champions are all like the same level?
Yeah. All the
Same
same
rank and
level.
whatnot? Okay.
So imagine they were all 7 stars.
Yeah, calm. Oof. Well, Magic is a 7-star.
Crazy. Great. Straight to rank 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, I'd probably go 2 with that.
2?
Yeah, I'd go 2 with that.
Say what lie, bro. I rate that.
A 7-star Magic would be crazy.
All right, cool. Absman.
1. Easily.
1. Oh,
yeah.
Snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Best Mystic in the game.
Okay. Remember, there's 2 left, okay?
Yeah.
Tigra.
Oh. Okay, well, she's got to go. 3 is one of the ones I have left. It's 3 and 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure?
it's gotta be 3, but I know you're gonna come with like Dr. Doom or something.
You know what's mad?
No.
You know what's mad?
What's mad?
Dr. Doom is exactly who I was gonna put here.
Oh.
But I changed it because I knew that you would think he would be in this list when I mentioned it was Mystic. So I changed it. So I actually think that you've actually done this really well, to be honest with you, because the last champion that I'm going to mention is Man-Thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So therefore, your Mystic order is number 1, Absman, number 2, Magic, number 3, Tigra, number 4, Spider-Man Supreme, and number 5, Man-Thing. I don't think that's bad at all.
I'm very, very happy with that.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I would possibly swap is Magic and Tigra, but
yeah, I think
I'd be weighing that up in my head.
Yeah, I think you would get some, if you know how to use Tigra, you're going to get some Tigra users that are going to be watching this like, is my man mad? But under the circumstances with what you've had to work with, I think you've done amazing, to be fair. I don't really think it gets any better than that, to be honest. So, yeah, GG's, bro. GG's, my bro. Well done. I rate it, man. I rate it. Fist, we're gonna have to do one for you separately, my bro, because we never got to. I never had that idea back when we done episode 1, man. So we're gonna have to revisit that and gonna have to do you up one. Pause. But yeah, cool. We're gonna have to bring that back. All right, Thomas, my second to last question is one of my personal favorites, and you might have heard it in episode 1. If you could buff one champion, who would it be, and what sig ability would you give them?
Hyperion.
And wait, you buff him? He's not good already. Cool. But there's no rules. There's no rules. So cool. You buff Hyperion. What would you do to buff him, and what would his sig ability be? What sig ability would you give him as a buff?
I do actually have 2 answers to this question. I would buff Deadpool on a real note because that's probably my favorite character.
I swear.
In the game and just generally Marvel wise. So I think I would buff Deadpool, and what would I do with Deadpool? I think the red Deadpool has decent regen. I'd probably give him a little bit more.
Okay, cool.
And I'd probably make him a little bit more difficult to kill because I feel like his special attacks aren't really the worst to avoid.
Yeah.
And I think I'd just make him generally a little bit more fun to use as an attacker. Sig ability wise, it's a really difficult question. Might have to come back to that one, but for Hyperion,
imagine if he had a sig ability like he was immune to heal block. brother, with all them regions. Oh my day. Because obviously, like, normally if a man healing up, like, obviously, like, a man heals and it's like, alright, cool, like, boom, like, you know, you got a little cut on you, cool. Bro, you cut his arm off, a new arm's grown. Like, his regen should be insane. Man is regenerating limbs, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, but yeah, go on anyway.
For Hyperion, I should have thought this one through. It's a difficult one because obviously his sig ability is actually really, really good in game.
Do you reckon? Like, I've not really, like, from I had my 6-star Hyperion, I haven't really paid too much attention. I've always looked at hype as like, oh, you don't really need his sig ability. Like, you know, it's not really that beneficial. What is his, refresh my memory, what is his actual sig ability?
So I believe he gets more power gain with his sig ability. I think that's one part of it. I think my favorite thing about Hyperion is obviously, as you said, he doesn't really need that sig ability to be good.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think once you get it to a decent enough level, you can sort of play Hyperion in a way where you can parry a couple times and do the heavies. And then once you're into a 5 combo, you can, you know, use an SP2, hopefully get the stun. And then by the time you go in for another 5 combo, you can get another stun. And, you know, there's just, obviously it's not a guaranteed chance to stun. But there is the opportunity to just have a little bit of fun and just be like, I might play this a little bit risky and just try and see how many SP2 stuns I can get, kind of thing. 100%. So I think that's what makes Hyperion really fun. So yeah, I think if I could add anything to his abilities or to his sig ability, I would increase the chance to stun on the SP2.
Oh, 100%.
Obviously, that would make him incredibly broken.
100%. But the thing is, in this day and age where, and this is the thing, as the game evolves, the things that would make the things that would have made a champion broken back then, doesn't really apply now. Because when you look at it, the amount of champs that can stun, then you've got the relics now that also offer another stun. Then stun looping in certain fights is not an abnormal thing anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
so really, would it make him that broken despite increasing? Like, you know, he would just be able to do what you can already do with certain champions and a relic, but he'd just be able to do it without the relic. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but
yeah,
man, but yeah, 100%. I'm game for that. I'm game for that. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm 1000% game for that. I like that.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Man, if you're watching Buff Hyperion, please increase that, man, so I can rank 2 my 7-star, and I can send some clips to Tobster. All right, cool. Safe.
Crazy.
Cool. All right, so Tobs, before we wrap up, man, talk to me, man. What outside of MCOC, like, you know, what do you do to, like, obviously wind down or, like, you know, cool down? Like, what other games do you play? Like, talk to me, like, outside of MCOC. When you're not grinding MCOC's Battlegrounds, what are you playing?
Well, obviously, I play EAFC or FIFA.
Yeah.
As obviously both you and Fist know.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I'm kind of just, you know, when you're sort of just in that phase where you're trying a few different games out. So I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 6 at the moment, which is really good fun.
Okay.
I've started getting into Valorant as well at the moment, so I'm just sort of switching between those, and Assassin's Creed is obviously a classic and a favorite of mine. So
I've heard good things about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, 100% would recommend. Maybe not the newest one. I don't think it's that great.
Okay.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend some of the newer ones.
Okay, Fist, did you hear that? Did you hear all the reasons why, like, we're struggling to get him into AQ on time? I think
he's too busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, I think I heard Assassin's Creed, Valorant, what was the other one?
Oh no, I don't know where this is going.
Refresh our memory. yeah. Cool. Basically, we're tagging up my man. Like, yo, join that queue. The reason why is like man's just in the zone. Yeah, cool. Save. Say less. Man's doing that weekend league instead of join the AQ though. Yeah. Save. Cool. All right, Toz, man. Is there anything that you wanna shout out any of your socials or like anything like that, or do you wanna say anything or give a shout out to anyone or whatever before we wrap this up?
No, I think obviously just a huge thanks to you, Beezy, and to Fist as well, just for having me on here.
No,
I do have a Twitter account, but I don't really use it if I'm completely honest. So yeah, I think most people just sort of find me in Beezy's live streams as usual. So
yeah, no, 100%. If Beezy ever decides to do a stream again, but I think Fizz, I had to get that in there before you, cause I know you was trying. I know you was loading it up, bro. I heard it. I heard it, bro. I felt it.
I wasn't loading up.
Nah, I felt it, bro. I felt the shot coming. I had to put my bulletproof vessel, bro. I felt the shot coming. But nah, man, massive thank you to obviously yourself and Fist, man. Thank you so much for obviously jumping on again. It's been an absolute pleasure, obviously sitting down and having a conversation with you about something that we all enjoy. I was gonna say that in game we enjoy the most, but I don't really think anything beats pro clubs, to be honest. Which is something that we need to, which is something that I'm aware. We need to. I'm actually contemplating doing one this Wednesday because I believe. Wait. Why are you saying? No. I'm for real. This Wednesday, I've actually planned my week to have the time to do it. I just haven't voiced it out loud. So, but that is the plan so far. So yeah, by all means, if you man are free on Wednesday, it's only gonna happen if you man are free on Wednesday, to be honest. So I'm hoping Tom's is free because Tom's already gave me the heads up that he's free for most of the week anyway. So to be fair, he's got no excuse. If he comes back and tells me now, I know he's appearing offline playing Valorant. So like, yeah. I expect to see you there still. I expect to see you there. But now, man. Yeah. Once again, man. Thank you guys for jumping on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No worries.
Having you guys on here as you normal. And yeah, man, for those of you watching, man, appreciate you guys for watching. Let us know, like the video if you guys enjoyed the episode, and we'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Take care for now, guys. Peace.